I'm Monique Sanchez. I'm loan officer here at New American Funding, and I'm with Roger Stotts, and he is the Chief Servicing Officer, the CSO here at the Austin office. I want to share with you guys why and what servicing does and what it does for us as mortgage loan officers and for mortgage companies. So we're here to talk to Roger so that he can explain to us what he does in servicing. It makes as a loan officer at New American Funding, it is the best part of my job, being able to retain my clients that I've worked so hard to meet. I've been doing mortgage for 15 years. I have a book of business and my clients come back directly to me, and I couldn't do my job without Roger. So I want everybody to know what we do here and why servicing is a magic in the mortgage space. So tune in and let's talk to Roger and find out everything we need to know about mortgage servicing. So tell us what percentage, of the loans that we close, how many are kept here?
Approximately 90% right now, and I'll take a step back. On servicing, just think of it as everything that happens after closing. Once you close the loan, it really becomes servicing. So for customers who aren't sure when servicing begins and servicing ends, servicing begins at closing and ends with the last payment being made if it makes it that far.
Okay. And how long do you guys keep the loan?
As long, typically, about 7 years is the average age of loans that we keep, because they pay off or refi. So they're constantly changing, certainly in a refi market.
Okay. So as far as servicing, what does that mean for the client? What's the big picture of servicing? And what I do want to add is the servicing part of it is because we are able to service our loans because the money that we're letting people borrow is our money. It's New American Funding's money, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the biggest difference. If you have that amount of money to be able to lend people and pay for a servicing center for someone like Roger and all of his employees to really service the client, show up for the client, retain the client, care for the client, it's huge. It's huge because we're in the business to retain clients and to build that relationship versus doing a loan and being done. So I'm excited for you guys to listen to see what he does here and how, it all works together.
Sure. First thing about servicing is, customer service. So it's about you having the ability to reach in, call us if there's an issue. We collect your monthly payment. We pay your taxes. We pay your insurance. As we collect money from you, the bigger part that really doesn't affect the customer, we send money, to our investors, Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. When we have the loan, we have the servicing rights. So we do all those things. And I think the biggest part of what we do is if there's ever a situation where you need to talk to somebody because you're having a financial issue, you've gotten laid off, your hours have been cut, which we saw a lot during the COVID years. We're here to talk to you about that and work out solutions. We take pride in working out solutions for the customers. We don't, and I think the biggest misconception out there about servicers is they want to foreclose on you. That is the absolute last thing that we want to do because, quite frankly, it's there are better solutions, and there's no financial benefit to me or the borrower for a foreclosure. There just isn't. Everybody loses.
Right.
So that's why we're incented to work with you to make sure there's another solution for you.
Tell us, Roger, what is the culture like here in this office?
One word, culture, is family. And there are good things and bad things about families. It's like if you got a family, you have the ones that you like more than others. You have issues occasionally, but at the end of the day, you care about each other. And so not only do we care about our customers, we care about each other, and it comes through. There are no imaginary walls, no imaginary barriers between communication and communication whether it's within servicing or within NAF as a whole. There are no barriers. And so, and that family really is the culture that we started with day one because of the culture at New American Funding when we got here. And it was always very evident. So that's the culture that we try to.
Yeah, and I can attest to that because when I met you 7 years ago on the phone, we're in the middle of a refi boom with the FHA streamlines and, people, we needing payoffs, we needing this, and you're a phone call away, and you would accept my calls and you would help me, and it was all customer centered, right? So I appreciate that. We've worked together for 7 years, and I appreciate everything you've done for me, for my clients. And it goes a long way, so thank you.
You're welcome. This is the first time we've ever met in person.
In person, yes. I know, I'm so excited. I feel like I've known you forever. You've helped me so much with our clients, and for a loan officer to be able to pick up the phone and talk to you in servicing and make it all work for the client, that's gold. That is gold. So we're going to sell Texas.
Okay.
We're going to sell Texas. We're going to, because one, just the vibe here, just everything, there's just space here.
How in California do you sell Texas? I'm just curious when you say sell Texas.
Well, I want people to see this and be like, and I want them to see everything that Texas has to offer, right? The culture, the community, the people here are different. Most of my business is in Texas.
Oh, is it?
Most of it.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
So,
and just I vibe.
see how much more business you'd be if you lived here.
If you live here
Yeah.
and no taxes.
Exactly.
And
No, you, not just your clients. I'm just kidding. You're a California girl.
I'm a California girl, but I may be an Austin, Texas girl. I really think that this place it's growing. There's a lot of culture, and you guys are very, it's a community. It's a community. I've met, when I came the first time, I met so many entrepreneurs here. There's people with light here. They're ready to take on what they need to take on. It's going to be grown. In 5 to 10 years, I suspect that, let's say the house is 300 now, it's going to be 500,000-600,000. Building generational wealth. Who's going to give you that amount of money in 5 to 6 years?
Nobody.
Nobody but your house.
Exactly.
Nobody but your house. And so I want to be in the front lines of that. And why I've done a ton of business in Texas was it's where people can afford homes. You know, and so I want to show people.
They have probably one of the bigger supplies right now of housing, quite frankly, because they've been building and everything slowed down. But there's a lot of housing available, and that's a huge thing as well. You can't buy if there's nothing available. So.
Right. And jobs, all the companies that have come here to open, you know, they have Tesla, you have AT&T.
Yeah, Samsung.
Samsung, and
Samsung's
then our
huge.
servicing, right? So there's a lot of people, there's a lot of opportunity here, whereas, you know, in different places it's not much opportunity.
Right.
So how many employees do you have?
Over 300, a little over 300.
300, wow. And is it just you? Do you manage all of the 300? How do you do that?
Well, I have very good managers. So I certainly couldn't do it myself. We're split up. You know, we have a group that handles, you know, the call center, and as well as, you know, anytime a loan is in loss mitigation, they need help. It's those that we have a group that does that, and that has a manager. We also have a manager that's over our escrow. You know, so if you have a tax or insurance issue, that's the people you're going to talk to and correspond with to get that issue resolved. You know, and as well as, you know, something that may have as much impact on the customer is our cash processing and our investor relations department. They take the money in and send the money out. So that's what that group does, as well as a final group of systems people. They're trying to make our life easier. We have a group of programmers. They create new technology for us. We work with existing technology, but all that put together is about 300 employees.
Wow. What was your first day in servicing, like before you even got to NAF? What was it like? Did you know what you were going to be doing?
No, my first day in servicing, oh God, I'm going to really date myself, was in 1985. You weren't even born yet. In 1985, I was a collector in servicing. However, we didn't have cool technology. We had 3x5 cards in our Rolodex that we called every day to collect payments.
From the client?
From the borrower.
Wow.
Yeah,
You used
old
to
school.
call out
No, we didn't have any dialers. We just had to,
when you're,
you had to use your fingers. I mean, it's crazy.
See how much has developed?
Oh, yeah.
It keeps going, and it's all, if you think about it, customer centered.
Oh, absolutely.
Technology, more loans.
And I believe that our biggest push right now is because what we're seeing out there is people would rather have self-service as opposed to trying to call in between hours. We're open 14 hours a day, but there is more of a demand for being able to do it myself as a customer. I want to go in and plug in my information and make my own payment. I want to go in and change my own address. I want to go in and order my own documents. I want to go in at 2 o'clock in the morning if that's when I want to do it. So we have to try to meet that. And that's been our biggest challenge. I think any service organization, especially in the mortgage business, it's really trying to meet the needs of every different age group out there. Baby boomers like to call. Gen Zs like to do their own thing when they want to do it. So you've got everything in between. So, communicating in the manner in which they want to be communicated with, that's the struggle. That's the challenge. And that's we fight that. We try to build the way we communicate. Obviously, we begin to focus more on the younger generations because that's more of our customers now. Making sure that they can use their app and make their payment. They can use their app and request something.
Mm-hmm.
They can use their app and know that, hey, my taxes just got paid because I sent you an email. It says, hey, your taxes just got paid in the amount of.
Yeah.
Just thought you'd want to know. We just paid your insurance. You know, and that keeps them advised of what's going on. So the methods of communication have been the biggest challenge for us in trying to figure out, and again, meeting the needs of several different, age groups, if you will.
And that's what I love about New American Funding is we're always in the front of change. We're always in the front, like, Patty and Rick are like a year ahead of the game. Like, this is what's going to happen, right? We already know that in the next couple years, the age group is going to be the Gen X, 35 to 40. That's who's going to be purchasing homes.
Right.
And so if we can understand how they work and make the servicing, and that's what we're already moving towards that.
Yeah.
So that's so awesome. I love this. So interesting. It puts a mortgage all together for everybody. And that's what I want to do. So that's what we can get to see. Let's take a tour and see what we can see here.
Okay,
I'm
great.
excited to see the office.
Okay, thanks.